If you play LMU, you need to download this free open source application. What these developers have done for LMU is absolutely insane. I'm of course talking about TinyPedal. When I first heard about this from a community member, I was already blown away. But half a year later it has become even better with all the updates. TinyPedal is an overlay tool for LMU with tons of options for you to customize. Just to name a few: radar widget, which warns the player for dive bombs, brake and throttle input graph, a more accurate damage indicator, a better flag system, and the list goes on and on. In this video I will highlight some of my favorite widgets and how to install this app. The nice thing is that devs are definitely not done yet. Just look at their latest release and what kind of sick features they have added. A better flag widget, which shows incoming traffic when you had an incident, so you won't plow into a car while rejoining. Also, this newly updated radar widget, which is absolutely mental as well. When someone misses their braking point or does a very late dive, this widget will warn you about this and show the trajectory from the car behind. I mean, how fucking sick is this, and I have no idea how they've managed to implement this. They've also updated the standings widget to show incident points for each driver and show how much your competition is fuel saving. And this is not even everything from this update. They release an update like this every 1.5 months. But there is a problem. The main problem I have with TinyPedal is that it's too complex and can be very overwhelming. I mean, just look at how many options there are to choose from. It is literally too much. Every option you see here can also even be tweaked. But lucky for you guys, you have me and I will show you my favorites. I've also made a preset which you can download down in my Discord and adjust it however you want. It is too big to cover all the features, so I will point out my favorite features from TinyPedal. Feel free to let me know in the comments what your recommendations are. TinyPedal has a way more accurate weather forecast than the LMU HUD, which is essential during races with changing weather conditions. It displays the weather more accurately with timestamps when the weather is going to change. This is a must-have for endurance races. Talking about weather, TinyPedal also shows current weather way more accurate than the LMU HUD. You can exactly see what the ambient and track temperature are, but also how much percent it is raining and how dry it is. This shows way more accurate what the actual current conditions are. If you are familiar with iRacing's new input telemetry, then this is something very handy. Trailing shows your input in the graph, so you know what kind of input you've given during a corner. This way you can immediately tell if you make a mistake or if you are trail braking correctly during that corner sequence. When practicing, I always look at TinyPedal to see if the inputs are what I like them to be. The pedal widget can display both filtered and unfiltered inputs side by side. You can also see when ABS and TC got activated. Also, if people are trying to help you correct mistakes, this is also a great tool to immediately get some feedback. Same as with trailing, if you're familiar with iRacing steering wheel and you missed that in this game, then this widget is for you. It's a simple widget that displays your steering input in real time. I placed this one next to my trailing widget so people can directly see what kind of steering and pedal input I give in the corner. You can also change your steering wheel widget to any picture you want, by the way. Be creative like Bober here. With damage stats, you can see directly how much damage you took on the body, suspension and aero of the car. Combined with the damage reading from LMU itself, you will have a way better understanding how bad the damage is and if you must repair the car or not. To get a more detailed look into how long it takes to repair certain damage, check out this ultimate pit stop guide I've made. With the fuel energy saver, you can exactly see how many laps you can drive with current energy usage. But also see how much more you need to save for 1, 2 or even 3 extra laps. This is very handy for practicing fuel saving to see exactly how far off the target you are. It's also handy if you want to change strategy during a race and change your fuel strategy. With this upgraded flag widget you can easily see what kind of traffic is coming up. Not a hypercar coming! As it differentiates between the different classes, so you know if a GT3, LP2 or hypercar is coming up. In contrary to the LMU flag, you actually know what kind of car is behind you. In the last update, they've also added an incoming traffic pop-up. So when you spin, you can tell if the road is clear or not to safely rejoin the track, as it shows how far back the first upcoming car is. What's also very handy is that the yellow flag also shows how far ahead an incident is, so you have more accurate information on where you should be careful. The just newly added radar function from TinyPedal is simply amazing. Not only does it show different colors for people that have blue flag or who is the leader, but it also predicts where a car is heading during a dive bomb. Luckily we saw it in the TinyPedal hut. When somebody comes up fast on the inside, it will show a line with the trajectory, so we'll instantly know where a car is headed. It's not a total game changer, but it is a small quality of life improvement over the LMU radar. If you're not satisfied with the in-game standings board and the information it gives, you can always try out the standings from TinyPedal and adjust it to your liking. It's insane how many different options you can customize, so more than enough customizability. You can literally have every info you need about an opponent in this one standing screen. Some highlight features are lift and coast time. You can calculate how much surrounding cars are fuel saving by calculating their deceleration patterns. It displays the exact lift and coast durations of your opponents, so you know exactly how much someone is fuel saving. Average lap time. This way you can see exactly what the average pace difference is and if you're gaining or losing onto an opponent. You can see way further ahead. Not only can you see the top 3 drivers in class and copy what they do with strategy for example, but you can also see as many people ahead or behind you as you personally like. If you use this, I would disable the top left standings and use these features. First column is the position in class, second is the name of the driver, third is time of last lap, fourth is what tires are used, fifth is how many pit stops have been done, sixth is average lap time. Hey, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep! Seventh is positions gained and lost, eighth is interval, ninth is gap to leader, 10th is virtual energy, 11th is lift and coast time, and last but not least, it's the state of the car, like yellow flag or pit for example. I've also changed some colors to make this a little bit easier to read and differentiate. Or you could enable full standings, HUD in LMU settings and use only average lap time, places gained or lost, lift and coast timer and flag status. This way you can blend between the nice to look at LMU HUD and the TinyPedal HUD. Both these presets will be shared down in the description. You might need to adjust this depending on your resolution. You can fiddle with the font size and bar gap settings to line TinyPedal up with LMU. We also have a tire widget, which gives more information about the tires you are currently on. I've enabled that I can see what my current wear is, how bad the flat spots are and what the tire thread is gonna be at the end of my stint. That last one is very handy for if you are doing endurance racing and you run multiple stints on the same set of tires. This one is for the die-hard hot lappers or for the people with a very weird seating position and they can't see the in-game car RPM LEDs. Of course you have the RPM counter on the right, but some people like to have the RPM counter in the middle. This is a very lightweight and clean widget that exactly shows when you need to change gears and has a very nice gradual build up and you can place it wherever you want. This is a simple widget to show the sector times if you need them while practicing for example. Yeah, there's nothing I can tell you more about this. This is a gear widget with RPM counter and fuel counter, so you can see how much fuel you are using at every given moment. Simply look up TinyPedal and open the GitHub page. Link is also in the description. After that click on releases, click on the latest release, scroll down and click the download link for Windows or Linux. After you've downloaded the zip file, you need to unzip it and place it in a permanent folder of your choice. I have a separate programs folder on my hard drive. After that, double click TinyPedal and make sure the game runs in borderless mode. It should automatically connect to LMU when the game is running. You can check if it is connected by checking if it is connected to the LMU API. From here you can download one of my presets down in my Discord and drag them into TinyPedal's settings folder, or create your own preset. Then go to TinyPedal and choose the preset. You can tweak the presets from the widgets tab and move the widgets around just by dragging. If you want to update TinyPedal, simply download the newest TinyPedal and place that folder to the folder where you installed TinyPedal. Click replace the files in the destination and you have updated TinyPedal and kept your original presets. Well, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming sim racing content. I wish the devs from TinyPedal well, and if you are interested in helping this open source project, make sure to check out the GitHub.